Hello and welcome back to the channel Life of Bonsai. So today I'm going to be working on my cork bark jade or Portulacaria afra. Now this tree, as you can see, is just weird shape. I had no idea of how I wanted to proceed with this tree. I have one of my videos where this was in a nursery container alongside other four jades, and this is one of them. So I put it in this container in this succulent pot, or it's not really a bonsai pot. Anyway, so I'm going to repot this thing into this slightly bigger container. So you can see it's going to have more room to grow, and I really want this tree to develop into a large jade. So that is the goal for this tree. I'm going to do some hard pruning on this. Roots, not really. Maybe just a little bit to fix the Navari slowly. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to get started with the pruning and then repotting. Let's get started. And here we are, close up to the tree. Now, this is my front. And I know when I potted it up, it's kind of like leaning back. But the thing is, once I repot into the other container, I'm going to place it upright. So I did not know what to do with the structure of the tree. But now, as I was looking at different designs of jades online and I was looking at the structure of this tree, I came to the conclusion that this is going to be my lead, of course, and it's going to go over here. Now, I'm going to have to try to make kind of like that zigzag, if you would call that. And I already have this potential lead right here, or maybe even this one if I was to chop this down. But for now, I do need to get rid of this big one so I can have this as my main trunk. Because of what is happening here, my tree, it's pretty much sending all the energy to this side of the tree. So it's barely getting any growth on this side, and all the energy is focused on this side, as you can see. But if I take this out, then the energy is going to start flowing to this side of this trunk. I know it's a major cut, but I'm going to have to make that happen, which is great because I can just get this into some soil and root this one and have maybe one or two smaller jade trees for further development in the future. So let's get started with that. And the node is about right there. So here we go. And as you can see, this is pretty much a nice little tree. If I put it into some soil, that is definitely going to root real easy, and maybe have like two other ones or cascade over here. A lot of options that we have here. So it's to the side. Now this one is kind of cascading down. So my initial thought was to keep this one to help thicken up the tree. But I feel like it's getting too long. So what I'll do, I'm going to remove all up to right here. I know it's a major chop and I know it's gonna look weird, but as it develops, it's gonna start shooting energy over here. Hopefully we get some back budding right here, and the goal is to have a tall tree, maybe around 15 inches or so. So that is the goal. So let me prune this to about right here. There we go. So now this is actually a nice little tree that I can try to root myself, which is great. So here is our tree, and the next thing to do is to remove it off the pot and put it up into the other container. So I need to remove this wire, which as you can see, I just rushed into putting this thing up. I didn't even try, honestly. I just put it into this container and that's it. Forgot about it because I didn't know what to do with it. And now I have more a better idea of how I want to proceed with this tree, and it's really going to help a lot. So I'm going to take it out of the pot, and I'm going to bring my no or anti-mess mat so I don't make a mess in the whole thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, since this soil is really good, is bonsai soil, I'm going to mix it up with some organic soil, just because that organic, I'm sure, is going to help the tree get better growth. So I'm going to mix it up and drop this down. It's got a really nice base already developing at the bottom, which is really nice. A lot of roots. Not sure if you remember the video, if you are new to the channel. In this video that I mentioned before, where I took this out of a nursery container, I barely had any roots when I potted this tree into this container. But as you can see, I have lots of nice roots that formed during all this time in this container, which is amazing. It's really nice. So see here, some extra roots. I'm gonna mix all this up, and I can use this little container for something else down the line. Here it goes. Okay, so that to the side. And here is our tree. As you can see, it's got a really nice vase. So let me see what we have here. Yeah, this vase is looking really nice, honestly. Looking really, really nice. And as you can see, it's a nice tree. It's a really nice tree, and already has some nice roots developing. So I don't really want to mess with the roots if I'm being honest with you, just because there's really few roots in this. Um, I could maybe have more. I feel like the container wasn't helping much with the development of this tree. But let me see. I think I'm not gonna mess with those roots. I'm just gonna put it up and just let it develop a little bit more. And next time I repot, then I'll be able to decide on which roots I want to remove. So I was able to mix my soil with the organic, and I'm going to fill up the container. It might be a little too much, but I'm gonna be real careful with the watering. That should be good. And this is going to be my front, so I'm going to place it right about there and fill up the remainder with extra soil. I'm just going to lightly, I don't think I need too much because I have some organic in here, so I don't want it to be too compressed, but just slightly, just around the root. And as you noticed, I haven't been wiring my trees to the pots. I've been watching Nigel Sanders, and I like what he does. He doesn't really wire his trees unless it's like a big tree, and I don't think even those. He just lets the soil hold the tree. Maybe he adds like a rock on the sides, and I feel like that really helps to not get any wire bites on their trees. So that's something really good, and I started doing that, and see how that works. So here is our nothing bonsai. So yeah, there's nothing pretty much. We went from having something to nothing, but I think that was needed. That's something that was really necessary for the development of this tree. Now, as you can see, it's got a nice base and it's a really fairly thick trunk. So I'm just gonna let this kind of heal a little bit and then just chop it farther down. I just don't want to have a whole dead back right here, so I'm just gonna let this die, and then after that, I'm going to chop it down. We have our top right there, and I was going to do something with this, but I'm just gonna let it do its thing and see what happens with this little area. This side, I might let it as my sacrifice branch and see if that helps thicken up the trunk. And being in a bigger container, it's really gonna help thicken up the tree and make it look nice. So this tree would be here maybe for about 2 years or so, and in that time frame it's gonna look really nice. So I'll be keeping you updated on this tree. There's nothing really interesting going on here, just just something that needed to be done with this tree. And as you can see, I just love that bark. It looks like an old tree already, and that's what I like about this cork bark jades. And yeah, let's see how it does. So pretty excited about this one. Finally know what direction I wanted to go with. So that's pretty much it with the video. I really hope you guys enjoy this short clip, and thank you so much for watching. You guys stay safe. Please subscribe, that means a lot. Comment down below, and you have a great day.